plus 50 vitality chest, you're still completely lacking on any sort of resist component. If you consider the dexterity, maxing all the gems, you're still only at like 186 for cheap gems. 186 dexterity plus you know, a little sprinkle of vitality. A lot of decks, almost perfect magic find. If these had 150 vitality, you might have a shot just because of the magic find. Somebody be willing to forgive the lack of resist all. Some good affixes, they're just all too low. Dex, vitality, and physical resist. Too bad. It's a really nice physical resist roll. Like if this had triple digits in vitality, this could sell, but the vitality is just way too low. And the dexterity's too low. Like you can't put in a gem to cap it at 200. To push it over 200 for somebody's search fields. So, okay, should be a horrible sword here. Yeah, sever. 12% damage to demons. I don't think 12% is going to help a 437 weapon DPS. Ugh, yuck. Alright, well, we'll be looking this up one as well. And then this is going to be a fiery brimstone. Alright, on to the auction house. Okay, first off, let's take a look at the legendary here, or the set item, Mentalia's Soul. Well, at least they're above a fiery brimstone. Unfortunately, we have gold find on ours. Gold find, movement speed, resist all. What else do we have? Okay, so next I will look for gold find plus movement speed, and then see if gold find bots can give us more than 400,000 for these, if that's the better audience to sell to. Movement speed. Oh, bracers. I believe it was 14. Nope. Even if we put in like a resist all, which isn't going to matter to them. Yeah. Although this one's way low compared to the others. Normally I'd flip something like this, but it's 100,000 just not worth it. Okay. So these are going up as the cheapest Natalia's Souls. It's got a decent resist all number, and whoa! Fiery Brimstones are at 228 currently? Seriously? Let's take a look real quick at armor and all armor types. Legendary. Interesting. So is that why all of these shitty things jumped way up to 275? Must be. Wow. Maybe people are stockpiling fiery brimstones for crafting the new legendaries. That would be my guess. Is that they're stockpiling all the mats so that as soon as the new templates are available to craft, they'll be able to pump out a bunch of those and get a new market started. Okay. Let's take a look at one of these rings here. Damage, chance, and some fire resist. Oops. So we're already at 800,000. We'll take a look at some fire or some physical. Yeah, that's a very big jump. Just for some fire resist. This one's a little cheap comparatively, and it's got a nice life regen. This would be a good flip for somebody if it's still up when you see the video. Okay. Just for curiosity's sake, let's bump this up to 4. Yeah. So we are safe putting up for like 175. Okay, strength, resist all, and crit chance. Respectable. So we've got a little bit of a weapon damage. We've got 17 weapon damage, and we've got a little bit of lightning resist. This one's got reduced damage from melee attacks, so that's already, I think, worth more than the 17 weapon damage. And it's got more dex than ours does. And it has the similar lightning resist, so 700,000 is probably going to be our contender here. This is obviously worse than ours at 1 million, but it's got 34 minutes left, so no one's bidding on it, and yeah, no one's even put the first bid on it yet, so you really got to double check the validity of these bottoms, you know, if they're anywhere true to what, same thing even with the 700,000, it's only got an hour and 50 minutes left, so no one's been wanting this one. Yeah, no bid either. So I'm going to make ours a little more attractive. I'm going to put it up for 575. And it's clearly better than a couple of those. Okay. Gold finding, gold find. So 19 and 19, I can get this up to 38 without putting too much money into it. So let's see how much it's worth. And instead of searching for gold find plus socket, again, you just want to go gold find of like 35, maybe a little bit of vitality. You don't want to search for any primary stat because that's going to narrow down the field generally by 75%, or excuse me, 66%, and people don't care about the primary stat. Okay, so this is pretty bare bones. It's got a little bit of vitality, and then what we've got, so 300,000. I am going to put the gem in here real quick. Okay, this was one I'm not too sure how much the Dex and Vitality are going to be contributing. It's a pretty sweet weapon for a Scoundrel if you're trying to max your DPS on your Scoundrel, though. That 300 Dexterity turns into 750 Dexterity. That's pretty sick. Same thing with the Vitality, roughly. That's a lot of native stats to be putting on. Actually, I'm curious just to toss it on my Scoundrel and see the difference. Good example here. So he's at 1840 and he's going to 4500. And he went to 76,000 life. Pretty sweet. So I gained 16,000 life and almost 3,000 DPS. That's what a 250% modifier on your primary stats will do. So I'm just going to look at 250 for both. So very limited market for this stuff. I'm actually going to lower it even more just so I can get a bigger viewpoint. You've got one at 7 here, but it's worthless. At our range of 930, you've got 1,000,000, but it has attack speed. It varies widely here. I mean, you're essentially going from very similar items, 5% attack speed. It's the only real difference here. And you go from 1,000,000 to 100,000 on bid. This one's pretty similar, since the strength doesn't matter, and they want 1,000,000 too. But there's already been 12 hours on the thing with no buyout. 4,000,000. I think these are all incredibly overpriced. Okay. So I'm gonna go. I think someone's just buying this for their Scoundrel, and I want to make it attractive, so I'm just going to say 750. I really don't think something like that is worth over 1,000,000. Okay, let's look at this reduced level requirement. So we're just going to search for two-handed weapons, period, since no one really cares about some sort of